part of the Masten Youth Awareness Association family, and everyone here is working on improving not only their athletic skills, but their academic skills, because we're family. And a prime aim of the family is to keep a healthy balance between sports and education for student-athlete family members. Based at the Masten Boys Club on Northland Avenue, the Youth Awareness Association was founded by youthful coaches and counselors Nick Moore and Joseph Brown, who used their own background as motivation.
Basically, I felt the void in my life wanting to become a part of it, because I know when I was coming up, there wasn't a whole lot of it happening in terms of somebody who was older than me really taking the time to try to guide me. And I think that, some shortcomings had happened in my life, but now having experienced those failures, I think I can sort of help them either around them or, maybe try to discover something within themselves that can help them to achieve whatever successes they're aspiring for.
When I was growing up here at the Boys Club, a gentleman by the name of William Raspberry used to help me out an awful lot. Just to explain to me the importance of getting a good education.
So you feel like that's a continuing need for our community, youngsters anyway, right? Yeah. And how did you feel about putting it into place, putting those feelings into action here?
I guess growing up at the Boys Club, being a part of this family type of situation. The director we had named Alex Harris was very stern and made all of us help one another.
Basically, the idea was started about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Joe had some ideas or inclinations to start to develop some type of get the outlet for a lot of the area youth, and he was still doing this while he was still in college. Basically, I joined him, and we collaborated on the idea about 2 years ago, and started to develop the different abilities in the different kids and stuff like that, gearing them more towards the academic part of their lives, which had been neglected in lieu of the basketball part of it. And so the Masten Youth Awareness, came out as a mechanism, of advocacy voice to help them develop some type of responsibility within themselves for a particular sport that they had a natural love.
Two outstanding high school student athletes, Tony Webb of Holy Angels Academy and Curtis Aiken of Bennett High, are prime examples of the program's value.
Tony is joined the program a little over a year ago, and her progress has been, just unbelievable. And did very well last year, and received a lot of honors in her league. Most valuable player, led the league in scoring, and so on and so forth, and participated in some camps, gained all-star status, and then, ultimately received, a couple hundred scholarships, to different colleges throughout the country. At which time now she's, taking, visits to and, trying to decide which one she will be attending in the fall of '83.
How'd you get involved in playing basketball?
I used to play a lot of sports. I used to play a little football, a little softball, but basketball was something I just felt, after my freshman year, it's just something that I felt was inside of me,
How'd you get involved in the Masten Youth program here?
Well, I came up here one day looking for a coach, and, I just looked in the back and saw everything that was going on, and it just looked really exciting. It looked like something I wanted to be involved in, and I was talking to Nick for a little while, and, he asked me to take a couple shots, and from that point on, it's just been, constant involvement. But it goes so far beyond basketball. Dealing with the club has helped me learn so much more about myself, as a person, and the different people that I see here, I guess, they teach me a lot too. And basketball is just one side of it all, This is where it all happens, and this is where it all starts.
Curtis Aiken has rewritten the scoring records at Bennett High and was a standout in this year's Empire State Games.
I wanted to do something that's kind of like stay out of trouble, and this was the only opportunity that I had with the Masten Boys Club, which is kind of close to where I used to stay at. So I thought maybe I'd come down here and do a little something constructive other than things that was illegal. So I thought maybe I'll come down here and learn a little something about life. Since I first stepped in the door, everything's been positive towards, me, myself. Thanks to Nick Moore and Joe Brown and Larry Peach, which I think it has a big influence over not only myself, but everybody in this community here.
And there's a lot of people that I could say afraid to come down and face reality because this is what it's really about here. I mean, it's not a program in Buffalo that offers the things that they do here, and I think this is the place for a young person, you know, black or white, coming up in any community.
How do you feel about helping others that may look to you as a positive person that they can learn from?
I'd love to. I honestly wish that there were more girls, you know, who came up here, and the people that are up here already, you know, I feel close to them, you know, not just basketball wise, but just to sit down and talk to. And, you know, I'd love, you know, to be able to, you know, look back 5 years later and say, well, you know, this is the person that I helped, just the same as Nick and Joe have done.
My main goal was it's not so much my goal, but it was my mother's goal, and that was to get a quality education in college. And I think that I achieved that goal, so I just about achieved my goals as far as basketball would take me. This is as far as I expected to go. I mean, anything further than this is only a plus for me. It can only be to my advantage. So I just appreciate the opportunities that I have by becoming a Masten Boys Club member.
So what advice would student athlete Tony Webb offer to other aspiring athletes?
First of all, if I thought they were serious, you know, I'd tell them, you know, things that I was going through, and basically to just, you know, stick to their interests and not, you know, always keep their goals in sight and never let anybody else, you know, take them off their path. You know, if they're going to be in athletics, I think that was, you know, what's planned for them. And I feel anybody who's striving for athletics or academics, you know, if they really want it, then they will stick to it.
So while the Masten Youth Awareness Association keeps on working out, they have a message for you, which is... Stay tuned for more City City.